welcome to another video with Meryl ASMR. Still weird saying that. Don't really know why it's called that, but hey, back with another. I guess it's a retro review. It's PlayStation 3, but which isn't that old. And I realised that I've got so much more games, or so many more games on PlayStation 3 than I have on PlayStation 1 and 2. So this video might be quite long. Most of these you will probably recognise. There might be a couple in there that you might not have seen before. But we'll just get going. What should we start with? There we go. Assassin's Creed, the first one, Platinum Edition. So I got this game pretty late on actually. Like the game had already been out for quite a few years when I decided to get it. Not really sure why, to be honest, because I think I might have played number 2 or number 3. I thought it was quite good, and this was really cheap, so I thought I'd buy it. And this the original one with Altair. So the start of a massive saga of games. Recently been playing Odyssey on PlayStation 4, which was incredible. Really, really good game. And it's got me like super stoked for Valhalla when that comes out. Is it next year or end of this year? Can't remember. So yeah, didn't play too much of the first one, but still a pretty good game altogether. Next we'll go in order. So I had 2 PS3s. First one died. So I got a second one, obviously, got like the slimline version. And with my first PS3, I got Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. So one of the best games of the Call of Duty series. I'm sure you'll agree with me. The online. I think this was probably the game that ruined my GCSEs. Or was it? Actually, no, it must have been. Because I came onto this. I got this quite late on. So I think I must have got this when I was in year 10. So that was like 2007, which is when this came out. So maybe 2008. I can't remember. But yeah. So I started on, and I didn't play too much online at this because I didn't have like a decent internet connection. So didn't play online too much, and then actually like a few months later Modern Warfare 2 came out, so that's what most of my time was spent on. But yeah, Call of Duty 4, absolute banger. And then I got this game really late on actually, like missed out when it came out, and all my friends were playing Zombies World at War. Pretty decent story mode, or like campaign. Online was pretty good, but the zombies was probably like the highlight of this game. Like playing with my friends, getting to like round 35, spending hours trying to, I don't even know what, get the ray gun or something probably. But like I said, I was probably like pretty late onto this one, and that was because was already wasting my life on Modern Warfare 2. Quality campaign, the online, incredible. Ruined my GCSEs on this game, definitely. I remember going home, having like an exam in the morning, going home, supposed to be revising for an exam in the afternoon, but instead getting a couple of hours in on this. So yeah. But I mean, who do you blame me? I think most people would much rather play this than do some history revision. So the start of my Lego series, Lego Batman. Pretty good game. Loads of characters to unlock. And so you had like the hero side, and then you had a villain side, so you could play it like the Joker and stuff like that. The only thing that annoys me in these early Lego games was there was no talking. So like none of the characters spoke, they just made noises. So you play a whole game with no words, which got a bit annoying towards the end of it. So, but it was still a pretty good game overall. And then obviously it went on to have like the Lego movie, and then the Lego Batman movie, or whatever it was called. So it did pretty well. A fan favourite, I guess you could say. Another staple in anyone's PlayStation 3 days, GTA 4. I didn't really play this game too much, really. I don't know what it was, because I was huge. That was actually a game that I missed out from my previous video, the PlayStation 2. For some reason that's not with the rest of my games, which is GTA San Andreas, which was quality, didn't speak about, but I think I'd exhausted that game and then got this game pretty cheap, and then I was just a bit bored of it by that point, because I mean it's just the same old stuff. And yeah, I don't know, I just didn't really get on with this game that much, didn't really play it too much. So, and again I think I got it, and then about 6 months later GTA 5 came out, so I played that more. So another game that came with my PlayStation, which was the Ghostbusters game, which, to be honest, like, was pretty good, but for some reason when I first started playing this, I had like save issues. So I'd get really far into this game and then try and save it, and it wouldn't save. And then when I'd come back to play it again, I'd have to start from the beginning. So I think if that hadn't happened, I probably would have completed it, but I never got around to it. But it was a pretty good game, really. It was quite well done, the graphics were pretty good, considering like the film came out in the 80s. So they stuck to it quite well, and it had all the characters, all the voice actors for the characters, like Dan Aykroyd and Howard Ramis, so that was pretty good. Lots of ghosts, lots of different monsters. So. Another game which came with my PlayStation, I got a pretty good bundle, obviously. Fight Night Round 4, which, I mean, I'm not a massive boxing fan. I'll watch the odd fight, but this game was, yeah, quality as far as sort of boxing games go. The only other boxing game I played was on the Wii, so this one was like really, really good. Had all the fighters you could think of, like old and new, or past and present. Really good graphics, really good gameplay. Controls were like pretty simple. Loads of different modes and stuff you could play. So yeah, this is probably like one of my underrated favourites, which probably didn't get as much hype as it maybe should have done. So if you have a spare PS3 and fancy playing Fight Night Round 4, I would recommend. What else we got? Spider-Man, or The Amazing Spider-Man. Massive Spider-Man fan. Love any Spider-Man game. I had Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2. I've got Spider-Man on PS4, which is in quality. But it's just, yeah, the fight style, the free roam, all the different side missions, all the characters that you can fight and stuff is pretty cool. This one was slightly different because obviously it basically followed the premise of the film, so with some added extras. But it was still, yeah, it was still a good game. Not as good as some others though. WWE 2013. Got this just to sort of play with my friends, really. We loved going around each other's houses and just playing wrestling games. It was, yeah, maybe we probably should have been revising for exams or getting jobs. We just go around each other's house and play this and drink some beers, and what's not to love about that? So yeah, I had this one. It's got CM Punk on the front cover. And then I got the next year's one, 2K14. So this was when it started becoming, was it? Yeah, 2K took over. So like the company that does all the other sports games like NBA and now the golf, they took over WWE. So took this one on. It's got The Rock on the front, Hulk Hogan on the back. It was just, yeah, pretty standard. It sort of focused more on WrestleMania, so it went back to like the very first WrestleMania. It was like Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, people like that. Crazy guys. Pretty good game there. Let's have a look. Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. This was episodes 1 to 6, which I'd already played 4, 5 and 6 on PlayStation 2. This one just included 1, 2 and 3 all in one game. So, as I love playing Lego games because they're just easy players, I love this one. And there was a PlayStation 3 Essentials, whatever that means. But yeah, getting me pretty hyped for the Skywalker saga. And I actually lied in my PlayStation 2 video. I said that I didn't own another FIFA game after FIFA 07, and obviously lied because I have FIFA 13. And I think it's because like it came with my PlayStation, so I just forgot about it. Didn't really play too much of this, to be honest. Like I said, not a massive FIFA game, but it's part of the collection. So Lego Hobbit, another banging Lego game. Although only covered the first 2 films, this game came out before the Battle of the Five Armies, which is the last Hobbit film. And then with the intention of releasing Battle of the Five Armies as an expansion pack which never happened. So this game is only the first 2 films. So it ends with them releasing Smaug escaping from the Lonely Mountain. But still pretty good. A lot of characters to collect, lots of things to do. Would recommend. Modern Warfare 3, just completing the Modern Warfare sort of experience, I guess. Following on from Modern Warfare 2, not many of my friends had Modern Warfare 3, so the online stuff, I didn't get to sort of play with them, so it was mainly just me against the rest of the world. The campaign's pretty good though. Not much to say about it, to be honest. Another game that came with my PlayStation, but was quality, Infamous. One of my favourite PlayStation games. It gave you the option of being good or bad, so the decisions you made affected your sort of notoriety. Some cool powers floating about as like all electric, so some fucking crazy enemies as well. Like, it was a pretty tough game. It took me a long time to complete this. And there's some pretty scary bits, which I don't really like. So, but it was another free roam game basically, so my favourite. And I liked it so much that I had to get Infamous 2. But don't think this one lived up to the hype of the first one, for me anyway. I think I enjoyed Infamous so much that the second one just wasn't good enough for me, I guess. But it's still a pretty good game though. Another Essentials, apparently. I don't need to say anything about this game. For those that have played it, you'll understand. Just incredible. One of my favourite games ever to this day. Red Dead 2 is just as good, if not better. So, just needs to be a staple for any sort of gamer, I guess. This game. Spent a lot of time, so much to do. Rockstar definitely nailed it with this. And then GTA 5 came out, so how they can create 2 quality games within a couple of years of each other is beyond me, but yeah, this was obviously the game at the time. There was so much hype about it. I remember when it came out, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. And how it's now 7 years old and people are still going absolutely mad for it. Good job. Well done, Rockstar, you know how to make good games. Another Lego game. Lord of the Rings this time. Quality. Probably better than The Hobbit, just because I prefer the films. But then didn't get remastered for PS4 because of copyright issues, I think. So that's why you don't see Lord of the Rings anymore, or Lego Lord of the Rings on PlayStation 4, because they are not allowed to make it, which is very annoying because this game's quality. So many characters again, so real shame that I can't play that one anymore. Assassin's Creed 3, quality game, great game. Some people don't really like it, but for me it's up there as one of my favourites, mainly because I've only played 1, 3 and Odyssey, so I've only got 3 to choose from. But yeah, real good game. Just like the entire sort of story behind it, really, it's really good. Medal of Honor, what's it called? Warfighter. Had a really good story mode, this, or campaign, and that's all I played of it. But compared to sort of like the Frontline and Rising Sun on PlayStation 2, Rising Sun was another game that I had on PlayStation 2 which didn't feature, annoyingly, because I love that game. And this one was alright, bog standard shooter. Mercenaries 2, didn't play too much of this, to be honest. Didn't really know what to do, to be honest. So I remember I had a crazy start to it, and that's all I remember. But I haven't played enough of it. For all the Lego games are done, but Harry Potter this time, years 1 to 7, no, 5 to 7, not 1 to 7. So yeah, just the last 4 movies, but 3 books. So no speaking again, which was annoying. But again, free roam, loads of places. Hogwarts, Diagon Alley. What else is there? Hogsmeade. I don't know. Again, just follows the film. Arkham City. Didn't get or never played Arkham Asylum on PS3, but I bought the Arkham collection that came out on PlayStation 4, which has all 3 games, which was really good. But yeah, this game was quality. I think all the Batman games, all the Arkham series games are unreal from Rocksteady. Again, just sort of the free moment aspect, loads of different villains to fight, as there's so many in the DC world or in the Batman world. Mark Hamill as the Joker as well, he nails it. He's an underrated Joker, I think. Everyone thinks of Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson and Joaquin Phoenix, but no one really remembers Mark Hamill. I think he does the character justice much better than Jared Leto anyway. Which moves me on to Arkham Origins, Batman's origin story. So this game is set before Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So Arkham Asylum, then it's Arkham City in the game series. And then Arkham Origins goes back before Joker gets put in to Arkham Asylum, I think. Please don't quote me on that, because I can't remember. But I think I'm right. But yeah, just like compared to the other ones, it's quality. They're all the same. I love them all equally. And then Arkham Knight was, yeah, up there as well. And then I don't know why I've left this game till last, because I didn't really like it. Thought it was pretty shit, to be honest. Advanced Warfare. Had Kevin Spacey. That's probably why people don't talk about it much anymore, because it's got Kevin Spacey in it, and he's shouldn't talk about him. Didn't really like it. Didn't like all the futuristic bollocks that came along with it. So just stick to Modern Warfare and be done with it. Don't go advanced. And what was that other one that had Kit Harington, had Jon Snow in it, or Conor McGregor? Fuck, they did. Just stick to the basics. No one wants all that shit. So yeah, pretty annoyed that I left this one till last, to be honest. But hey ho, what can you do? Wasn't as long as I expected, 24 minutes. That was a lot of games to get through. Sorry if I didn't go into as much detail as you would like.